hate Chat GPT. Let me explain. So, for the past couple years, my church has pulled off these little films around the Christmas holiday. I know. As I'm making this, we're in July. No one's thinking about Christmas, except us. We used to do plays years prior, but bear in mind when COVID happened, we had to kind of shut a whole lot of things down, move some things around to like it was either do this or not all. I talked about it on the channel before. I may put some on the screen. But basically every year we made these little films. And it's been my job to at least give the our director a story. I bring him a story and he's gonna chop it up, he's gonna re-edit it to our needs. But basically a lot of the writing is left to me and a few others. I'm not saying I do the whole thing, but every year I get approached, hey, I need another story from you. And I'm only talking about now because it's that time of year, because after years of doing this, we realized that the best results happen when we get started early. So I brought several ideas to him, and what made me bring up ChatGPT is, well, let me put it this way. So I do write. It's a hobby. I've made some money on it in the past, but I do hope to kind of be author, so he knows I have like a passion for this sort of thing. But the blank white page is like my worst nightmare. It is, I have an idea, but I don't know where to start. And Chat GPT, whatever. The app that is now available on iOS and on Android, as you see. Um, I give this thing a prompt, and it's supposed to spit out, what it got, trying to decipher what I mean, and so I give it some points, and it gives me a plot of a storyline. And so I messed around with it before, but never to this extent. I didn't try to use it creatively. I always thought that computers will not really replace any artisticness. And boy, was I wrong, as this strike in Hollywood is kind of letting everybody know. But not the video. Uh, I put a few prompts in it, and it spits out in seconds, in like real time as I'm looking at it, a great story, or at least it gives me a good outline. Now it's not perfect by any means. It still needs some editing, but it saves me hours of time uh, when I could just do a little few prompts, and it spits out, uh, I would say, a good skeleton of what the story is going to be. And it's like, oh, because if you ever like wrote a story, there's a lot of little details and nuances that you get tripped on, that I get tripped on, which hence the white page of death. And this kind of made it easier because um, I don't have time to write several stories, different stories like that. If I'm being creative, I'm kind of focusing on that one project, and when I have to give multiple, the time constraints and all that, it's just a lot of work. And this was a way to kind of outsource it somewhat. Like one story, I gave it my full attention. I write a few pages, write a few scenes, and for the rest, I kind of gave a little, just a few prompts. Something I didn't really, that's in my head, but I didn't like really do all the work to type out, like characters' names, where is it located. There's some key plots I didn't include, but it kind of filled all that out. And I hate that it's like, oh man, this thing's almost can replace me. I remember when I brought all these stories like to our director, and we went out with the family at dinner that day. And I think his mother-in-law said, "Hey, we got AI. We're gonna be okay." I was like, "Oh man." Not that I'm worried about really being replaced, but he's using it, and we're having a good laugh and laugh, use it for fun, and I can laugh about it because, like I said, this is mostly a passion hobby of mine as of yet. Again, some money in the past, but nothing I can support myself on. Uh, so there's no real paying job that I could lose, and even though it gave me good story outlines, the one he liked the best was the one that I I personally did. There's one that I did that I didn't use any AI to create. It was like pure, pure me. And so when I wrote the script, it's included my humor, and I suppose that's where I hate Chat GPT, but I then again I don't. Um, the kind of flavor, I suppose, of me as a writer was present in the story where I just kind of gave it my all. But now I'm stuck in this kind of paradox. The Apparently the best story was one I did myself. However, I can't not use this tool anymore now that it's available, especially for free, because it saves so much time and it helps. So now I have to decide the balance of using these new tools because these tools are all around. Uh, Whether they replace somebody's job or not, it's they're here. They're here to stay, and you can use them or know, but they're not going to go anywhere. So now I think I'm in this space where I'm like trying to discover what's a good balance where I can give my creativity, but also allow the AI to fill in some gaps. You know, uh, broad stroke it, so to speak. Um, but I find the more of myself I put in, the more the finished product is gonna be great, or at least good to my standards for what that's worth. So I'm assuming you knew who ChatGPT is. I didn't even explain it. I feel like if you've been on the internet for like a week, you know what it is. It's an AI generated writer. And I used to actually pay for that. And I once this came out, and I was like, I'm spending over $20 a month because I write articles. $20 a month on this thing, and it's not as good as this Chat GPT. So I was like, gone. They're still trying to get me back. So that's like my love hate relationship with this thing, and all that is left is knowing, hey, how am I going to use it? What do you guys think? You think this is this has potential to get rid of the creativity? Because again, while I'm not necessarily going over the writer's strike, I think I heard that if they use AI to write the premise of the story or like the beginning story, and then use actual human writers to come back and edit it, then that gets rid of the royalty that the writers will use. And how things are, stories could become so formulaic that I'm afraid us humans, we would take the carbon copy of some stuff. That's all I have for y'all today. If you like this content, consider giving the video a like and subscribe to the channel. All right. God bless.
Is it too good to be true? I want this so much, but don't know if I can trust you. My mind's racing fast, trying to find the red flags I'm used to. All these green lights, are they coming too soon? Caught between red and the green.